Well, hi there.
Hey, hey, hold there.
Hold there, hi there. How
Hey
the hell
there.
you doing?
How you doing?
Matty Daddy and the Midget podcast. I am Matt. Matty Daddy. Let me light this cigarette real quick. Simonson. And I'm with...
Jake. Look over there. There's a walrus eating a spoon.
By God, there is.
The midget Hilsebeck.
And this is Matty Daddy and the Midget podcast, episode 7. And, it's a special day today for both of us. We both agreed it would be a good way to start the podcast. 29 seconds of silence for our friend who has passed away recently. Today would have been his 29th birthday, Cody Fortune. So, we're going to give a quick 29 seconds of silence starting right now. Happy birthday, Cody Fortune.
Yes, buddy.
Did you almost fall asleep?
I did. I was actually, for some reason, I was entranced by your sack. Not the region of where it is, not your actual sack.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot how long 29 seconds actually was.
I was going to say, that felt like forever.
Yeah, the fact that people listen to us talk for over an hour sometimes.
Right?
And by people, I mean Rob.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We all love him.
Shout out Rob. And if you didn't know what to do during that 29 seconds, if you didn't leave a fucking comment, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. Because that was a perfect opportunity to leave it in the comments section. What the fuck are you doing?
I do have to say, though, Rob has stepped his comment game up, I've seen.
He did leave one comment. Yeah.
He's left like 3 now.
Did he?
Yeah.
I believe he recently just started a YouTube account just so he could leave comments.
Yeah, that profile looks real fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with the name Robbie Subject and all that.
With the classic default profile picture.
Right, of course. Yeah. How traditional of you, Rob? How original. Yeah. So over the weekend, we had UFC Fight Night. Was that Vegas 6?
I believe it was Vegas 6.
I think it was in Vegas, yes.
It was UFC Fight Night.
Vegas 6.
Sure. Yeah.
Even if it wasn't, we're going to call it that. But it was really Lewis versus Olenek.
I lost it.
Nope,
there it is.
You're doing great. Yeah, see, now you know how hard my job is.
This is just... There's tabs and shit.
They used to call me Tab Jesus. I think a good name for you would be Tab Jesus Jr.
Tab Jesus Jr.
Let us know in the comments section. So, how about, me and you, we weren't able to watch all those fights. We were busy doing things. I tried to watch as many of them as I could. You have that fight pulled up?
It opened right up to 252. And then Brunson and Shabazz.
Keep going.
Aha.
Keep going.
Aha.
There you go.
Although something is definitely screwed up on the UFC site that I got here. Because it goes the Shabazz fight for Fight Night. UFC 254, which is, I pull it up, and it's Olenek and Lewis.
Yeah.
And then back to 252.
That's a little fucked.
It's definitely not 254.
Let's go. So, we had 3 different winners and losers for the 6 fights we picked.
For our picks, yeah.
And we had a $5 pick for the undercard. Yeah. Ooh. Got a little bit of pubic hair tickle me in the tonsils right there.
Sorry.
No, it's alright. Then we had a $10 bet for the main event. And do we want to just get that over with right now?
I mean, we could probably push it like a little back, because I mean, by the time we finish this, somebody's gonna forget. So maybe.
I mean, we could, but I would definitely forget that. So should we just do it right now?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Getting real fucking old.
See that, folks? Counterfeit $10 bill. You can pick them up from Hillsy 31. He only charges you $5 a pop.
Just a slight disclaimer for all the FBI agents in the comments section.
Right. Yeah.
I do not counterfeit bills.
So, our 3 fights that we had difference, they equaled out. And then it was up to the main event. Did you get to see any of the main event?
I did not. At that point, I was struggling to get my kids to sleep while we were camping.
Right.
And because my kids, I love my kids to death. But after 8 p.m., the crackhead kicks in, and they are just because it fucks sleep.
Yeah.
And it is a nightmare to get them to sleep. So.
And the drunk dad kicks in you and he just starts smacking kids?
No.
Oh, okay, my bad. I should also say we're having some internet technical difficulties here at Mdatm Plus One Studios. And we're not going to be able to pull up shit on the internet for this episode. We'll get it figured out as soon as we can. But so we're going to have Tab Jesus Jr. over here pulling up shit on the phone. So if you're wondering why it's taking so fucking long to get some answers around here,
It's the phone.
he is no Jamie Vernon.
That's fair. Yeah, I'll accept that.
Tab Jesus Jr.
Tab Jesus Jr.
But so I was actually at a friend's little get together,
Sure.
and I really realized that how much of not of a fuck I give about people.
I agree.
Because I was sitting at a picnic table with a couple of my buddies,
Sure.
and everybody was off doing their own thing, talking yada yada yada, who gives a fuck. And I had my phone leaning up against the fucking beer, watching the fights. And like I said, I didn't get to see all of them. Hold up! Now would be a great time for our theme song.
Oh, I thought we were going to be able to play it. I forgot. You don't need internet to play something you already have.
Yeah, fuck yeah. So let's do a quick Maddie and the Midget, episode 7, theme song before we get into the picks. Oh, but you do need to hook that up.
We're doing great. I blame the internet.
I do too. That was clusterfuck. That was an hour and a half of. Oh, sorry, I'm not speaking to the mic. That was an hour and a half of bullshit that we didn't sign up for.
You probably didn't hear that. Let me grab this definitely plugged in mic.
Yes.
I'm a fun guy.
It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Amen.
What are you doing, step bro?
I don't even know where you're sitting at.
Daddy, chill.
Mdatm and the Midget Podcast. Mdatm and the Midget Podcast. Mdatm and the Midget Podcast. Mdatm and the Midget Podcast.
What the hell is even that?
Oh, what a great intro. Back to the picks. So,
Yep.
I didn't get to see all of them, but I did see the main event, Olenek and Derek Lewis. And it went 2 rounds. I think it was mostly finished at the beginning of the second.
What I've read from, like, I saw some, like, play-by-plays on Twitter afterwards,
Si, senor.
but I didn't have service where I was at to actually watch the fights. So I saw some like play-by-plays that people posted, and it sounded like Lewis and Olenek went to the ground.
Yes.
Olenek was controlling him. He got out. They went back down, and that's where he finished him. Is that right?
Yeah. It was finished on the ground. Derek Lewis got to a point where he was able to get some bombs off on Olynyk, and it was TKO. Doesn't it say right there?
TKO. Round
Second
2,
round.
21 seconds.
20. So yeah, right away at the beginning of the second round.
Sure.
But Olynyk did have him in some of those crazy fucking submissions that he does.
Yep. One of the play-by-play tweets was, "Please don't let Olynyk finish you with one of those crazy ass shoulder locks or something like that."
Derek Lewis, he had a a post-fight interview or whatever. He called it the fucking bulldog choke or whatever. And it's basically Olynyk just was bear hugging the fuck out of him.
That's all it is.
And Lewis said like that happened at the beginning or at the end of the first round. Sorry. And Lewis was saying that he like could not breathe and
Really?
yeah, but it
Just
was
from the sheer strength of.
yeah, it was so close to the end of the round though that he toughed it out. He must have known it was getting pretty close to the end of the round, so he toughed it out and then. He said he wasn't trying to finish him right then and there, but he saw an opportunity and he hopped on it. Started decking him in the face, and yeah, TKO. Who do you think's going to win this game?
This one here?
Yeah, we got the Lakers and the Denver Nuggets playing right now.
We got the TV in the background.
I just bring this up because it's the fourth quarter. They're tied 88-88, and if we have a different in opinion, maybe we could make a $5 bet on it or something.
Neat. I love these bets. They've all worked out so well for me in the past.
Yeah. One of these days, it's going to turn around.
We're at this point, like, if we keep going, you're going to have to come pick me up at my house to come here.
Well, who do you want?
Are they sitting LeBron?
What?
Are they sitting LeBron?
No, he was playing earlier.
He's not on.
It's beginning of fourth, though. They're probably resting him right now to bring him in towards the...
There's Davis still. Yeah, I'll take the Lakers.
You'll take the Lakers, I'll take the Nuggets. $5 bet. So we'll know by the end of this podcast. So, what else we got for fights? Tab Jesus Jr.
For those last ones, or you wanna go through them? Do you remember which ones we were different on?
Yeah. Just give me the names, I'll tell you.
There was Weidman and Akhmedov.
We both have Weidman.
Which it was the winner decision.
Akhmedov, let's talk about it as we go through them. Akhmedov, I did see that fight too. He looked really good in both the second rounds. It looked like Weidman was going to lose.
There was 2 second rounds.
In both of the second rounds. Oh wait, shit, yeah, that is what I said.
Yeah, yep. So I thought.
He also looked pretty good in the first round too.
Oh, okay.
But
so the first round and both second rounds, he looked.
Well,
pretty good.
that second round, he looked really bad. But no, Weidman was able to gain control in the third, and he did pretty much just enough to pull that win out.
Sure.
But if you would have watched the 3 first and second rounds before that,
right,
it would have, yeah. I was watching it, I'm like, Weidman doesn't look good, but...
You almost felt bad for him, huh?
Yeah, but then he looked good in this third round, and he pulled it off. The second, third round, he looked even better. So,
it had to have been a split decision.
And then he pulled out.
How many times did he pull out?
He was able to pull out. Maybe you could take some advice. See, there's a bond right there. He's back.
Okay.
Maybe you could take some pull-out advice from Weidman. Nah.
Bro, I had pulled out since like 2009. My couch pulls out, but I don't.
I can tell. I mean,
so
I thought I knew you pretty well, but you just told me you have one more kid than I thought you did. So
right. I mean, you lose track.
Do you lose track?
No.
It's all right if you do. I would too.
I mean, no, of course not. But with my youngest daughter, not my total youngest, my second youngest, youngest daughter.
Yep. Is that like the second round?
The second daughter.
Yeah, right.
I literally this winter went to the bathroom to pee. Roughly a 5-minute tops excursion total, right?
Right.
By the time I get back to the living room where she had propelled. What's the claw thing you throw up to the top and
yeah.
grapple. She grappled her way over the baby gate, through the kitchen, out the back door, and when I fucking got to her and found her, she was in the middle of the driveway in nothing but a diaper and shoes.
Wow.
She didn't have shoes on to begin with. She put shoes on, but no clothes. She is something else.
So that's the daughter that would be really good at the Arnold impersonations.
Yep.
And what is her name?
Aslan.
Shout out Aslan on the podcast. Greatest fucking Arnold impersonation I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I thought Will Sasso was good until I seen her.
Yeah.
Really good. Good stuff.
A lot of talent there.
Hit up her premium content for Arnold videos. So what do we got for the next fight there?
Okay, moving on. What I was gonna say was it a unanimous or split decision?
For Weidman?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
because
Should it say on there?
overall, it doesn't say it's his decision, but overall, Weidman.
I didn't
had-
see the decision for it. I just see Weidman take control in the second, third round.
Right. Weidman had 7 more total strikes. Akhmedov's significant strikes were 4 higher,
Okay.
and Weidman had 1 more takedown.
Well, in the third round, Weidman basically just got on top of him. He controlled that round.
How many takedowns were in the third round for Weidman? Because that's probably what did it.
Yeah. Well, he just the other guy. What's his name?
Akhmedov.
Akhmedov.
Ach.
He.
There you go.
Sorry. He did really good in the first 2 rounds,
Sure.
but he never controlled the round. Weidman clearly controlled the third round. That's the best that I really remember. Like I said, I was talking to people, doing other shit, yada yada
Absolutely.
yada. But yeah, Weidman clearly controlled that third round. If I had to guess, I'd probably say it was split.
Probably.
Let
That's
us
what it
know in the
looks
comment section.
like. Rob.
Rob.
Moving on.
Does Rob even watch MMA? Probably not.
I don't think so. I've never even heard him talk about it.
Get into it, Rob.
It's like most of our podcasts right now too. So
I know.
I appreciate you sticking around.
Yeah.
Moving on to the middle.
He'll like it when we get into NFL, but he probably ain't. Isn't he a Cowboys fan too?
Yep.
Yeah, he's not gonna like my. What I gotta say about that?
Okay. I probably won't either then.
Actually, you definitely won't.
Before we move on with UFC, can we just talk about the fact that several schools, I'm sure it's out by now, I haven't seen the news yet, but it's almost confirmed, they didn't have the press conference yet, but it's almost confirmed that Big Ten football, college, is not going on. They are, like 3 other conferences are doing the same thing.
But you think about college though, and the campus setting, that makes more sense than NFL. NFL could possibly do a somewhat bubble like NBA does, I
True.
mean, there's so many more players and training staff and coaches and all that shit. But I think it'd be impossible, like on a campus college setting,
This is my prediction. Certain conferences are going to shut down college football this season, right?
Yeah.
But certain ones will still be, will go, right? And there is a thing where you can switch conferences for your team for 1 year, and then you go back.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking the conferences that are still playing, the other teams that...
Their best players will switch to those teams or whatever?
No, they're those teams. Whichever one's like, say it's Big Ten, right? Say Nebraska wants to play, but Iowa State doesn't, okay? Iowa doesn't. Iowa won't play, but Nebraska will switch from Big Ten to SEC, who's playing, so that they could play.
But
So it'd be one huge conference.
let's also think about it this way. These are college kids. I mean, how much of a problem have we had with people just not wanting to wear their mask, period?
That's fair.
And college kids going to spring break saying, fuck COVID-19,
With an S.
So, I mean, I think that's why they're probably doing that. They don't trust fucking college kids.
Did you?
No, I think it's fucking smart. We'll talk more about the NFL here in a second. I just want to say really quick about the NBA, how impressed I am by their league and their bubble. However long they've been in the bubble, like 2 2 weeks now, something close to that.
Mhm.
A week and a half, 2 weeks. 0
Yep.
COVID-19
Yep.
tests.
It's pretty impressive.
Positive tests.
Something's
I should say.
working. They're doing something.
Oh, it's fucking working, yeah.
It's all the virtual people. By the way, can I get in? Can I watch the game virtually and
Yeah,
have
you
my
can.
thing up there?
I think you just need your laptop or your phone or
With a
whatever.
camera?
Yeah. It was. I got so much good shit on my Instagram that I wanted to show tonight. There's so much save shit that I wanted to show you. It's fuck.
Actually,
But
I can screen record. You could do it on here, and I'll screen record it, and I can input it to your.
screen recorded on your phone.
It records.
You can
whatever
do
I
that?
Yeah, it records everything I do.
Oh my.
Oh
God.
my yeah.
Can I do that on mine?
I'm sure there's an app.
You have an iPhone?
Yeah.
You
Mine's
fucking bitch.
built into it, but I'm sure you can find an app in the
Yeah.
Play Store.
Fuck it, yeah. Well, we could do that, but it wouldn't be able to get to my Instagram. That's the only thing. Like, I don't know how to find these videos without actually going to my saved videos.
Yeah, I mean, you can go on my web browser and go to your Instagram, and then I'll show it recording, and then you'll log out when we're done.
I don't know if I know my password, but I'm sure I do.
Sure.
Anyways, there's one thing, and I'll have to show you some of it before you go because it's just so funny.
Sure.
But there's one virtual fan who had a fucking goat. Like there's a lot of people who have their dogs on their lap and
Yeah.
shit. And Jeff Van Gundy's like talking shit about all their dogs. They're like, there's a specific breed of dog that when he sees it, he's like, that looks like my neighbor's dog, Mr. Pickles. And he says it's ugly as fuck. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. He won't quit shitting on this dog, Mr. Pickles. Not the one from the Adult Swim show either. But one of the virtual fans had a goat sitting on his lap. And it's him and a goat.
I want to go.
It's like someone brought their goat to the virtual reality game. It was fucking hilarious.
That's so dope, though.
So dope.
I saw the one where
My mojo so dope. You know that song by Kid Cudi?
I know a lot of Kid K, but I don't know that one.
Send me some links.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh, I saw the
You know what? I got 55 new followers
new
since
or total.
I did that whole showed my natural package
Right.
on the end of Maggie hating the midget bedtime
The
podcast.
podcast.
I mean,
The podcast.
no, you know what I mean? No, right now,
Right now.
right now.
now.
All right, let's do it together. You ready? All right, hold on. 1, 2.
Right now. That was
Alright.
fucking epic.
I'll throw some it says that right
Graphics.
now. Yeah, graphics.
Yep, absolutely.
Text, whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
But I totally forgot where I was going there.
Cool.
How about the next fight?
Absolutely.
Right now.
Cool. We had
Did you check your masturbation drawer? Bingo.
bingo. Patolo versus Stewart.
Real quick, check out Right Now
Right now.
with John Goblicon of Necrogoblicon. Just look up Necrogoblicon right now.
Right now.
And you will not regret it. It's an actual goblin.
Right now.
Yeah, so what do we got?
Patolo versus Stewart.
So I remember we both picked Stewart for that one, I
Yep,
believe.
I remember
Is
that
Stewart
one.
black?
Why does that matter?
It's not racist. I just know we picked the black guy.
I'm pretty sure that's what Joe Rogan said one time. Like, Goldberg was like,
Yeah, we'll get canceled here very soon.
white shorts for blah blah and yellow shorts for blah blah. And he's like, or you could just say the white guy and the black guy.
It's so true though. It's not racist. Pointing out the obvious is not
It's
racist.
literally just like saying the color of the shorts is different.
By the way, my team is up 3 points right now.
There's 6.
Right now.
Right now.
So Stewart won that, right?
Yes.
So we got that right.
Yep.
I think that's a fight I did not see. I know there was a badass knockout that one of the fights that I didn't see.
We'll get there.
It wasn't Stewart.
Nope.
It was okay.
It was
So-
the first fight. It was phenomenal.
Okay.
He looked good.
I think I saw a highlight of it, but
I definitely did.
don't remember it right now.
Right now.
Next fight.
Moving on though, because we both picked Stewart there, was Yana Kunitskaya and
That's who you had.
Johnny Orinka.
Who won that?
Yana, which was your pick.
Okay. No, that was your pick.
Oh no, I won that one.
Yeah, I had Still Your Ankle.
And you.
So I had the main.
Let's take your ankle.
I had the last preliminary fight because we had 6 fights with that. We had a preliminary.
Yep, that's right.
So Still Your Ankle, or Yana, girl with the pink hair, she won, right?
Yep.
I did not. Did I fucking see that fight? I don't think I did.
It was a decision.
I saw the. Fuck. I probably missed most of these fights, man. I saw 2 or 3 of them.
I know. I mean, we've been slacking watching the fights and actually like being able to talk more in depth on them.
Yeah.
But they've just been fight nights, so it's not as big.
Right.
I'm definitely no matter
when it comes down to the pay-per-view, we're fucking watching.
No matter what I'm doing, I mean, even if I have to tell my kids, you know where the cage is, you know, Daddy's gonna do this. I'm watching it regardless, everything.
You know what I think we should do sometime? I normally hate watching fights with people because normally people don't give a fuck about the fights like I do, so they're like trying to talk to me, I'm trying to watch and shit.
Yep.
Sometime I should come over to your house. I could stay at my sister's.
Sure. Which is like right down the road.
Yeah, or sleep on the floor at your house or something. But we could watch them together. Yeah, whatever. And then, drink some beers, and then...
Yep.
I mean, we could maybe even do a podcast.
On the podcast.
Right now. After the fucking thing.
Yeah, the fucking thing.
Yeah. I mean, it don't have to be a podcast, but like 20-minute talking about the fight night.
The podcast comes after the podcast about podcasts.
Right. It could be the Natty Cast, and then we could do the Matty and the Midget podcast, and then we'll do the Past Bedtime podcast, and then we'll do the After Past Bedtime podcast talking about the Past Bedtime podcast, and then we'll do the podcast talking about all the podcasts we did before that podcast.
I 100% followed you the whole way and listened through the whole thing.
Are you impressed that I didn't fuck that up at all?
That was pretty good.
Thank you. It's, I drank 3 Red Bulls today, folks.
Yeah. He's a little wired! Ah!
Yeah.
Good, great, grand, wonderful! No yelling on the pots!
Chris Farley?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we got next?
New guy's in the corner puking his guts out. We just did the Yana fight, right?
I'm allergic to bees. What? Yeah, the Yana and Still Your Ankle.
Yep. Meanwhile, there's change in the drawer missing.
You got
and
that
your
one,
daughter's
right?
knocked up.
Hey, wait.
1,000 times. What?
What round and how'd that one end?
That was a decision.
Okay, so all 3 rounds?
Yep.
Okay. And Yana won that?
Yep. And then
Next fight
was the first fight of the main card.
I don't want to talk too much about fights that we didn't really see.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
The first fight of the main card was Darius and Holtzman.
I did watch that fight.
Mm-hmm.
And that one, you had Darius. No, we both had Darius.
Yep.
And then it was that last preliminary
prelim fight.
Yep.
But yeah, that knockout was.
Was that the knockout
That was
one?
the knockout.
Maybe I missed that then.
I
missed the fucking. Sure. I didn't see any knockout except Derek Lewis.
No, not at all.
So I must have missed that one too. I think I saw the last prelim fight. That's what it must have been.
I definitely didn't watch any prelims because I didn't even remember until you sent me our picks.
Fuck, I don't even remember what fight I probably only saw like 2 or 3 fights. I think I missed most of them. So let's keep on going through this because we don't need to talk about fights that we didn't even see. It's disrespectful.
Sure.
To the fighters.
So you want me to go to that prelim fight?
Yep.
Right?
That's the last one we had different.
Yep.
And that is why he owed me $10 hairs on the podcast.
Preliminary card. There's a tab. There's like a tab in that tab. I found it.
Tabception.
It's a tab mobile. I don't. Anyway, it was it Means and Strap Your Pulley? Strolly Polioli?
Yeah, because you had... fuck. I think you had...
Means one. I think I had Strapoli and that's what
Yeah. So you had Strapoli, I had Means.
Yeah.
Means won that. I don't fucking think I saw that fight either.
Strap on oldies.
Anyways, he owed me $10. He paid it to me. You still owe me $10 though, because that I don't need to say it on the podcast.
Didn't know we were gonna bring it up.
So, should we talk NBA quick and then we'll finish it with 252 with our predictions?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay. So I can talk about NBA forever. Where to start? You have the standings up?
I do.
Okay.
Do you want to run it? Or will that not help?
Let's talk about a little bit of the action going on in the NBA. The Phoenix Suns. Who would have expected that?
Right?
They're undefeated in the bubble and making a serious push for the 8th spot of the playoffs. It's basically them and the Portland Trailblazers. And the Spurs are in there as well. The Pelicans, Kings, they're out. So the 8th spot is between Trailblazers, Suns, and somewhat Spurs, but the Spurs are pretty much out of it too.
Sure.
I think it's basically going to be the Suns and the Trailblazers. The Trailblazers are they have one more win than the Suns do. Same amount of losses.
Blazers would look good in bubble too, though.
They look fucking good, except for Dame. They played the Clippers the other night.
Sure.
He missed 2 free throws in the fourth quarter, and the last minute of the fourth quarter
Oof.
to put them ahead by 1. He missed both free throws.
So they would have been ahead if he hit both.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Pat Bev, he wasn't playing that game, but he was laughing his ass off on the bench, and he was yelling out. You know Pat Bev, right?
Such a troll. I fucking love it.
I fucking love Pat Bev.
Oh my god.
But he was yelling from the bench with his face mask on, and he was going, Dame time! holding up 0, because Damian Lillard's number is 0. And he was holding up 0. And then him and Paul George were giving it to Dame. So, like, you know what I mean. Denver's up by 4.
5.
Make it 5. So afterwards, Beverly was noticeably laughing his ass off on the bench after Dame missed those free throws, and then he missed a 3-pointer to win the game, I believe, as well, or maybe tie it, 1 of 2.
The clutch fade.
But so then Dame was asked post-game conference about the Clippers laughing at him and shit, and
Sure.
he says that he looks at it as a sign of respect because Dame has not only had game-winning shots in the playoffs, but game-winning shots that ended a playoff series twice.
True.
So he ended the Rockets in like 6 games back in like 2014 or 15. But I remember watching that, and that's when Dame, no one really knew about him. That's when he put his fucking name right
that's
there.
when you knew.
Because LaMarcus Aldridge was still with the team then. It was more his team than Dame's. But he hit the game-winning shot to end the series.
Right.
And Pat Bev was on that Rockets team. And then Dame hit the game-winning, series-winning shot last year
Over George.
over the OKC Thunder, and over Paul George, who is also on that Clippers team. So he was saying he looked at it as a sign of respect that they have for him. And then Twitter got crazy. Fucking Pat Bev and Paul George just went off on him.
Here we go.
They were saying all this shit. And then I don't remember exactly what Paul George said. See, I'd probably look this up right now if we had internet. But Paul George said something, and Dame said, yeah, keep switching teams. Something. He basically was making fun of Paul George because he couldn't make it with one team, so
So he just keeps team hopping.
he's on his 3rd team. And
Right.
Dame is... Fuck, dude, I love Dame for staying true to Portland.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, that's impressive in today's NBA game.
Right.
Because
Everybody jumps around for the most part.
Yeah. Definitely. So that was interesting. I believe they won. Yeah. The next game after that, so Dame didn't have that good of a game. That game against the Clippers, he had like 22 points or something.
Right. Off day.
So he's pretty fired up after Pat Bev and George were talking shit after that.
Sure.
What do you think he scored the next game?
45. What? 52. Did you say up before you knew? 51. Wow.
Dame time, yeah, against the 76ers, but they won that game by 3 points, so that was a close game. And a must-win game. Like, all these games for the Blazers are must-win games. And then there's also the Grizzlies that are in the 8 spot.
Sure,
You know?
sure.
So it's basically the Grizz, Portland, Phoenix, and the Spurs right now.
How many
So-
games are left? 7 or 6?
No, not even that. There's like 3 or 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's getting down to the nitty-gritty, dirty little titty.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
113, 111, 248 left. In the Denver, Los Angeles Lakers game. What else to talk about? So, Luka Doncic.
Oh, my God, dude.
Let's talk a little bit about that, I suppose.
About the cheat code that is playing the game right now?
So, that fucking thing, picture I sent you the other day, I think we talked about this last night, but that wasn't just against, the Sacramento Kings.
No.
That was against the best defense in the fucking league, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah.
So to put up, without looking, I believe his stat line was 36 points, 14 rebounds, and 19 assists.
Was it 19?
Yeah, it was
That
definitely
sounds-
19 assists.
That sounds right.
But not only that, I DVR'd that game, or it was playing later. So I watched it again because I wanted to see how Luka looked in the clutch. And in the fourth quarter, with very little time remaining, he hit a fucking clutch 3.
Really? That dude is insane, though.
For 21 years old, his second year in the league, no one has done that.
No. No. The only person that's come close since, Jordan? Is probably
LeBron?
maybe Kobe. Maybe Kobe before
Kobe
LeBron.
had Shaq, though. So let's just take his
I
name
mean,
out
yeah,
of it.
true,
He had
but-
the best player in the league on his team. So let's take his name out of
That's
it.
true.
Respect to Kobe, I love Kobe, but he had Shaq. I think Shaq was either there the year Kobe got drafted or right after that.
That's true. But, I mean, it was probably Kobe and then LeBron, and then since LeBron, there's been nothing compared to this. And I think it's better than LeBron right now.
Oh, it is.
LeBron, you're what? He's 21. You said.
Yeah.
At 21 years old, I guarantee he's looking better.
Oh, he is. Because
Like
LeBron
stats and everything.
came straight out of high school, so he was 18, 19 when he came in the league.
Can't wait till I get to high school.
High school?
Don't ever say that.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, apparently we're on Billy Madison today. Go ahead.
Yeah. So LeBron was 18, 19 when he got into high school. And he missed the playoffs his first year or 2, possibly. I don't really remember. But he didn't really find success until, I believe, the year was 2006. And that's when he was battling a playoff-tested Detroit Pistons team that had the likes of Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Rasheed Wallace, I believe Ben Wallace. He might have been out of there at that point. So let us know in the comment section. But it went down to the Pistons were about to eliminate him, and LeBron went on a 25 scoring run. Like it was 25. It was LeBron 25, Detroit Pistons nothing. And then, so he won that. I remember watching it. So I've always been a Boston Celtics fan,
Right.
but I fucking love the Detroit Pistons. Like, that's basically what got me super into basketball.
Sure.
So I watched the 2004 finals between the Pistons and the Lakers.
Right.
And the Pistons didn't have a superstar going against the Lakers,
Right.
who had Kobe Bryant,
Shaq.
Shaquille O'Neal, Gary Payton, Karl Malone on that team.
Wow.
So they had 4 Hall of Famers.
Wow.
Let it be known, Gary Payton and Karl Malone were not in their prime anymore. But they had that team, and they got beat by a no superstar Detroit Pistons team.
Yep.
So that's I love the Detroit Pistons after that. Ben Wallace, one of my favorite fucking players. Chauncey Billups, one of my favorite, and Rasheed Wallace.
I was gonna say it's incredibly impressive, and I like literally was just sitting here not talking or moving because you rattled off those fucking lineups year.
That was the year I got into
insane.
basketball. I didn't give a fuck about sports before that year.
Just
And then
straight
I
off your head
just
like
happened
that.
to watch the finals that year, and then I was hooked. I was hooked after that. So, what was I saying though? Oh yeah, so it was 2006, 2 years later. So it would have been LeBron's third or fourth year when he finally beat the Pistons. No, that must have been 2007 because that's when LeBron went to the finals for the first time, and his shitty Cleveland Cavaliers team
It was garbage.
faced the San Antonio Spurs, and they got swept in the finals. So in LeBron's third or fourth year, which he would have been 21, 22, he went to the finals, but he was still not putting up numbers like Luka is
No,
now.
not even close.
See, I totally forgot where I was going with that. I'm glad I remembered and pulled
We
it back
hit.
full circle.
We went on every dirt road in the county
Yeah.
before we got there.
I feel like I really just made my point there, though.
that was
Yeah.
great.
But I think the main thing I was trying to say is I believe LeBron was older than Luka was at that point. And I mean, still, no discredit to LeBron. He made the finals in his fourth year.
with garbage surrounding him.
Yeah, and he was
He was standing.
he was probably 22 or 23 at that point.
yeah,
too. Or-
standing in the dumpster and just driving at places.
He had guys like Zydrunas Ilgauskas, guys like Drew Gooden, guys like Sasha Pavlovich,
Who?
guys like Eric Snow,
Who?
guys like Larry Hughes,
Who?
guys like coaches like Mike Brown.
Who?
I
Mike Down.
can't name anyone else. I'm surprised I got that far.
This is incredible.
But-
oh,
Hey, and fact check me too, because I know I'll be off about some of the shit, but
not like anybody but Rob's gonna leave a comment.
right.
We got a minute left, and it's a 1-point game.
And we're lucky Rob left a comment in that last video, because otherwise we were going to start the podcast with 3 minutes of silence.
Just waiting.
Just waiting for you to leave a comment.
Did you see that?
Was it an offensive foul
Yeah.
on the Lakers?
No. No.
Denver.
Denver.
Alright.
This is getting pretty heated.
Let's watch this and try to keep it
Should we see
try
if we-
to keep the podcast going though too.
See if we can do commentary.
Alright, yeah, we're just going to do commentary for the last 48
Right.
seconds of the
46.
game. Lakers
LeBron
have the
Rex.
ball. LeBron goes to the hole, and
one.
he gets the bucket and one. So now the Lakers are up by 120 to 119.
45
They're going
seconds.
against the Denver Nuggets, and LeBron is going to be shooting a free throw to put them up by 2.
With 45 seconds left.
45 seconds left to go.
This is getting heated. This is getting close.
The last game, though, when I seen Denver...
Oh, we're on a commercial break.
I seen Denver play the Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
I think I told you about this game the other night when I seen you. But it went into 2 overtimes, and fuck, dude, that felt exactly like a playoff game.
Really?
Like Nuggets and Jazz are so fucking close anyway. Like
Like an overall.
yeah, but and Donovan Mitchell was fucking killing it. That guy's straight fucking killer.
Yeah. He's been.
And everyone was playing their stars too.
Yep.
So everyone was there. It was actually Jamal Murray's first game back for the Nuggets. He looked really fucking good. But they went into double overtime. I believe Rudy Gobert fouled out in the first or second overtime. Let me know in the comment section. But then basically Utah had no one to guard Jokic. And Jokic, he went off. He hit a last fucking second shot with 0.3 seconds left.
Wow.
It was a great game. One of the best games I've seen in a long time. Playoff, bubble, preseason, college, any of that shit. Sorry, I got...
No, you're fine.
Alright, we're back. 45.7 seconds left to play in the fourth
45
quarter.
point seconds.
45.7 seconds.
Yep.
And the Lakers are up by 1. LeBron is
At the
shooting
line.
it to put him up by 2 if he can make this free throw.
5-9 for tonight from the line.
That's not
Up
that's not that
and
good.
through. Well, LeBron
Yep.
isn't really known as a free throw shooter.
Lakers are up by 2.
40 seconds. Nuggets take it
Denver's
across.
taking it up the court. I don't know a lot of these
I
Denver
don't
players.
know.
Otherwise,
I don't
I'd be
know
saying
Denver
their
players
name.
at all. He's looking for somewhere to pass.
They have so many players out right now. Okay, so Denver player takes it to the rim, gets fouled, goes out of bounds. I'm not sure if they're calling that a foul or they're just saying out of bounds.
Yeah.
I think it was a foul.
Volume could help, but I don't want to overpower anything.
Yeah, right.
Plus, it might be copyrighted.
Yeah, it is copywriting, yeah.
So
So,
it's definitely a foul.
looks like he's shooting free throws. This is Monte Morris.
Excellent free throw shooter.
See, Denver, for most of this bubble, they're missing 3 starters.
I'm pretty
Jamal Murray.
sure Monte played for Iowa State, I think.
Might have. Let us know in the comment section. They're missing Jamal Murray, Will Barton, and Gary Harris. So they got Jamal Murray back, who's the best of the 3.
He
But for some reason,
missed his second.
he missed the second. So Lakers are up by 1 with
25.
26 seconds to go. They're going to have to shoot it. It's going to leave some time on the clock for Denver.
They're going to have at least 7.
They're up by 1 right now. Let's see what happens. LeBron's got the ball.
Shot clock and game clock are 7-second difference.
3-point. He's got Bobo on him. Bobo's 7-2. Oh! Denver gets a rebound.
7
7 seconds left. Looks like they don't have a timeout. He's taking it to the hole. Oh, there's a blocking block! He's going to shoot free throws, folks. 4.4 seconds. Denver's going to shoot free throws. I don't know who that guy is. Is that Monte Morris again?
No. Monte's back there.
It's a blocking foul on
Yes.
Kyle Kuzma.
It was definitely a block foul. He wasn't playing.
Still, whoever that was, the balls to take that down with, the balls to fucking take that block. He's not even. Who is that? Dozier?
Oh, yeah.
He's not even the Denver Nuggets' 7th greatest player on this team. So the balls to do that is crazy.
Yeah, he didn't face him at all. He took it all the way in.
But the Lakers are using a coach's challenge right now.
Are they? Oh, they are?
Yep.
I don't know, man. It looked like his right foot was moving.
I think Denver is looking good. I think they're going to get Harris and Barton back. They're going to be a team to reckon with. And the guy who played defense on LeBron for that last shot, Bol. Do you know who Bol is?
I don't. Who is that?
His name is B-O-L space B-O-L. Bol. I think that's his last name.
That can't be real.
But no, he's like 7'2". They took him like later in the round. I don't remember if there was like injury issues with him, but it like was expected to be one of the best players of the draft last year,
Sure.
I believe. But there was some questions about injury wise, I think. And so Denver, they took a risk on him, and I don't think he's played at all till the bubble. I think he was
Really?
I think he was playing for like the G League or something. I don't think he was injured. But the dude is going to be really fucking good. He's 7'2". Can
Jesus.
shoot 3-pointers.
Oh my God! Isn't that what? What's his name? Fuck. They 2 or 3 years ago, they used Taco. How tall is Taco?
Taco's 7'5".
Okay.
Plays for the Celtics. Cannot shoot a 3 though.
Just looking at the comparison, I definitely knew he couldn't shoot.
Yeah, it was. I mean, they both came out of the same draft class.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
So this is PJ Dozier.
The challenge stands. He's shooting his free throws now. First.
Oh,
yeah, it's tied
and
ball
we're
game.
tied at 121, folks.
4 seconds.
4.8 seconds left. One more free throw for Denver. After this, we're going to do our UFC 252 picks.
Free throw.
Here we go.
Is up.
Oh, I knew that wasn't hitting, man.
Oh my God.
So we're 121.
Four.
4.4 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter.
Lakers
LA has the ball.
I believe they called the timeout on the rebound.
So bring up 252 quick. And by the way, how good have the fucking Celtics looked? They beat the Raptors by 22 points the other day. They were up by 40 points at one time. Then they fucking destroyed the Brooklyn Nets, and then they barely won to the Orlando Magic yesterday. They won by 3 points.
Yikes.
Yeah. One of the, yeah.
Just while we're in commercial break here doing this, I just want to kind of put a plug in there for UFC 4.
Right.
If you have EA access, you can play like 8 hours of the game a week early, which was
When does that come out?
this Friday.
This Friday.
But last Friday is when you could play your 8 hours. I played the whole 8 hours. It is more arcade style buttons for like punches and
Cool.
combinations instead of like technical person exact buttons.
Good deal.
And I already have my creative fighter rank in 8 hours.
Wow. I'm excited to play that. We might play some of that on the podcast. I don't know how to record that because it's not like the computer screen, but we'll figure it out.
Sure.
Lakers have the ball. 4.5 seconds. LeBron is to inbound here in a second. God, I love games like these, man.
This is intense.
You should have seen the Utah-Denver game. It was one of the best games I've seen. Anthony Davis. Inbound to Anthony. Oh, Kuzma gets the shot.
Oh, he drilled it! He drilled it!
Got a 3.
That was a tray
That
ball!
almost looked like a 2.
I saw the ref. It's 3.
Kuzma hits the 3. It might be under review. See if it's a 2, but it really don't matter.
It don't
because
matter.
Denver's only got 0.4 seconds left, and you can't get a shot off in that amount of time. I don't know if they have timeouts, though.
It's not showing up.
Kyle Kuzma coming up big. Might have just won the Lakers the game right
Dude,
there.
that was incredible.
With a 3 ball, with 0.4 seconds left to go. They're going to review it, see if it was a 2 or a 3. But basically, the Nuggets, looks like they have a timeout.
Yep.
So they're going to have to go for a last second heave anyways.
Hey, how do you know they have a timeout? The volume bar is blocking it.
Well, they play
they're
is
pulling
stopped right now. So they have to have had a timeout.
All right.
Unless it's just coach's review. Or, I mean, ref's review. That's a fucking great play. See, that was Bull right there.
Oh, okay. Yep, I see him.
Bull. His first name's Bull.
That's such a dope name, though.
Yeah, it is. Alright, here we go. 0.4 seconds left. Denver's going to need a 3 to put it into overtime.
Ball's about to be inbounded. Inbound. Oh, he's open! And he missed it!
How the fuck are you going to win from that? That was the stupidest shit I ever seen.
If that was anybody, he had like an arm and a half length around him that he didn't have a player guarding him.
I know, but he couldn't pick it up and dunk it, and even if he did, they'd still be down by 1 point.
No, but if he would have backed up on the other side of the rim, he would have been able to see what he was doing. He wouldn't have to turn around.
I don't
It was
even
a half
get
second.
I don't even get why they did that. Do you need a 3? They didn't think they could fucking shoot a 3 in that amount of
You know what
time.
they
It
should have
is
done?
hard,
They
but
should have just tossed an oop to somebody and hope for an and one.
no one's gonna foul though.
That's why there was nobody in the paint. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Lakers ain't gonna fucking no way. They'll say, "Well, you take 2 all day." Fucking goddamn Kuzma. All right, UFC 252. I'm pissed. Here, I don't have my wallet on me.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll do it later.
I owe you $5.
Just scientifically, we'll do it. Okay.
You hurt your hand?
I did.
Fuck the Lakers.
All right. So it looks like we got.
UFC 252.
Starts off with.
Go to the prelims.
You want prelims?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's get real in depth here. Let's do. Do you want to do majority or? Actually, let's just pick winners and then we'll decide if we want to do majority or, a bet per fight.
Sure.
You want to do 8 fights?
Sure.
Or would that work with majority?
Yeah,
right?
9.
9?
But,
let's
I
do
mean,
9.
I guess it really doesn't matter because if we pick the same person on one of them and
Fuck it. It's a pay-per-view. Let's do 10.
Okay.
Let's do 10 fights.
Deal.
If majority doesn't work, we'll just do a certain amount per fight.
Absolutely. Those are your prelims right there.
Is there only 4?
Yep.
So we can only do 9 then, huh? 1,
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5. We could do. Fuck it. Let's just do the early prelims too.
Sure.
All right, you read the names there.
We got Brown versus Chavez.
Read the first and last name.
All right, we got. Oh, let's start in order. Chris Dawkins
Okay.
versus Parker Porter. PP, I like to call him.
I'm gonna take Dawkins.
Give me Porter. Then we got. Then we got T.J. Brown versus Danny Chavez. I'm taking Chavez.
I am too.
I feel like we're being quiet and I'm not talking into my mic.
All right.
That's it for earlies.
What do we got?
Prelims. Starting off, we got Herbert Burns versus Daniel Pinata.
I'll take Banata.
The old empanada, you say?
How do you spell that?
Pineda.
Okay.
Give me Burns. Fuck it. Then, we have Felice Herrig versus Verna Generoba.
Taking Generoba.
Yeah,
J-A-M?
me too. J-A-N. As in nighttime.
We're gonna call him Jam.
I said
That's a featherweight bout. Or
Yep.
no.
female strawweight.
Yeah, female strawweight.
And then we got a lightweight bout versus Jim Miller versus Vink Pitchell.
What about Ashley?
I skipped one.
Yeah.
Then so the one I skipped is Ashley Yoder versus Livia Renata Souza.
Souza. Taking Souza.
Ooh, you were quick on that. And I'm tired of losing money, so put me down for that too.
I'm just kind of looking at her records.
I don't know about that.
I normally like to take the person with the most amount of fights,
Sure.
unless the person with the least amount of fights barely has any losses.
Ah, okay.
Well, I mean, just
I get what you're saying.
because I don't know 'em.
Right, that makes sense. Absolutely. Moving on, prelims. Last fight of the prelims is Jim Miller versus Vink Pitchell. It's a lightweight bout.
Let's do tail tape there. I'm taking Miller.
Very even, though. Very, very even on the tail of the tape. I'll Pitchell. I'll pitch a pail of water.
Pitchell.
All right, moving on to the main card for UFC 252 this Saturday, August.
This
17th.
Saturday. Don't stream it. Pay for it.
Well, I mean, you can stream it. Just pay for it before you stream it.
Just pay for it first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, moving on to the main card, ladies and gentlemen. This is where shit gets intense. We have Mdatm on Clave. Go ahead.
Well, the way I see it, Magomed. Antakalakov.
Antakalakov?
Antakalakov.
Antakalakov. Your hair?
I'm taking Antakalakov.
Antakalakov your hair. Versus
Takalo.
Ion
Give.
Kutalaba.
Ktalam.
Yeah, I'll take.
Ktalam.
Yeah, give me a.
Ant.
Whatever that one. Whatever you pick.
See, I wrote out his whole name there, and I'm sure I misspelled it 7 times, but I could have just wrote.
That's
Ant the whole
close.
time.
That's pretty close. Not bad. Not bad, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Believe it or not. All right, moving on to the bantamweight bout of the pay-per-view. We have John Dodson versus Merab Yep, whatever that is.
I know John Mdatm.
What about the other
I've
one?
heard his name. No.
Which
no
says-
idea.
Dot your eyes or something like that?
Marab. The philosophy.
The philosophy.
That's a philosophy.
Model the philosophy.
Yeah.
What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Hey, what you doing? You pulled the tail tape
Yeah.
by the chance.
Fuck. I'm gonna take Duval. I think.
I don't think the viewers can hear you.
I think I'm gonna take Duval
Say with pride.
over John.
Say with chest.
John Dotson's 35. He's got a record of 22-11. That's, you know, what percentage is that?
Yep. 50.
He's got a win. Yeah, he's got a win record. Twice the
50.
size of his loss record.
Twice the size of his,
Penis.
Give me, I'm gonna go DV there. MDV I like to call him.
You gonna go Dotson?
No. MDV. Because I don't know how to say it.
All
The
right.
other one.
I'm taking Dotson then.
Another one.
And another one.
Another
What we
one.
got next? I thought Sugar Sean was in this one.
Oh, we'll get there.
I thought he was the first fight of the main.
No, my boy jumped up.
They
to
changed
co-main.
it up, yeah. Really?
He got co-main status in this.
What about Dos Santos?
That's right before it. That's the next fight.
Some fight got switched out there because I think Dos Santos was the.
It was.
Co-main.
And O'Malley was the first fight of the main card, but right
Yeah,
now.
he was.
Now it's the co-main is O'Malley. The one before that is
All right.
Rosenstrike.
Do the Rosenstrike one. Who? Oh yeah, Rosenkook.
Rosenstrike versus Dos
That's
Santos.
the next one, right?
Yep.
All right, let me see that.
I like Rosenstrike.
Rosenkook. He got.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. It's yours.
I thought it was Rosenstrike.
It probably is.
I think so.
But the way I like to say it is Yarzino Rosenkook.
It sounds a lot cooler. I'll give you that. Pizzazz.
He, the Ferguson Gaethje pay-per-view, UFC 249. Yarzino Rosenkook was the one.
They knocked the fuck out of Lewis, right? Immediately.
Nope. He got knocked out by Ngannou.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
And we both knew that fight wasn't going past the first round because they both are huge heavy hitters. And I think Dos Santos needs more time than the first round, and I don't think he's going to be able to get it.
So you're gonna take Rosenkook.
See.
Fuck. I'll take Dos Santos.
Ooh.
Oops.
That might be the bold move hot take of the night. Going Dos Santos over Rosenkook.
I'd like to see
Rosenkook.
what Vegas has got that as.
I'm surprised it doesn't tell me, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna look it up.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll take the one.
Alright, and that goes on to the co-main, which is
Sugar Sean
Sugar Sean O'Malley.
versus.
My most recent
Go ahead and say it.
favorite fighter. I would say he's my favorite, but he jumped so high in my personal rankings, I guess, by just talking shit to everybody. One of his fights, he literally broke his ankle and still finished it and won.
You know, maybe if he didn't have a rainbow afro, I'd like him more. But
You're not gonna pick him, are you gonna pick Mariano Vera?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I am not the biggest fan of the guy.
Right, I love the guy. Something about him. Just the overall confidence and the
Well, you are the biggest Tekashi 6ix9ine supporter on the planet.
not
though,
true. Dude, I do not claim that. I don't want that on here.
Well, it's true. I mean, just tell the fans. It's fine.
No. He's a snitch.
Bert Kreischer loves Tekashi 6ix9ine as well.
Okay.
You drink some Kool-Aid every now and again?
I actually my gallon tumblers in the other room. Why?
All right, Bert.
I like to finish one by the end of the day.
I unfollowed Bert Kreischer on everything, dude. I just cannot even stand him. I didn't even watch today's episode of Two Bears, One Cave.
Ooh, that's big.
And I had time to, and I was like, no, I'm done.
What do you do?
I love Tom Segura, but he's just watch him enough, and then
See,
it's hard to say unless you watch him enough.
I've only seen 2 of his stand-ups. I don't know how many he has, but I've only seen 2. I enjoyed them, but I don't like.
I've seen 3 of his stand-ups.
I've listened to Two Bears, One Cup, but not on a regular basis, so I don't.
Did you mean to say that?
Was I not supposed to say that?
I just didn't know if you misspoke or you meant to say that.
I meant to say that.
Oh, okay. 2 bears. 1 shit in the mouth.
Just let it play. Why do you do this?
Daddy chill.
Daddy, chill. Yeah,
No,
2 girls, 1 cub.
I've seen 3 of his stand-ups, and honestly, okay, so it was The Machine, right? And then he had a stand-up called Secret Time,
Yep.
and then he had a stand-up called Hey Big Boy.
I
thought Secret Time was shit. I didn't like that one. That one sucked. But I thought
Yes, I remember that one. Wasn't very
I
good.
thought his oldest one, Machine, was really
I thought
good.
Machine was very good.
And then I thought his newest one, which came out this year,
Yep.
not trying to flick the crowd off, but I thought A Big Boy,
I thought it was pretty
I
decent.
thought that was really good.
Yeah.
I thought it was really great for him. But you just watch enough podcasts with him, and you feel like you get to know the guy, and he has a podcast with Bill Burr
Okay.
called the Bill Burr Podcast.
Sure.
And in that one, Bill Burr doesn't even give him. He does not fall for Burt's shit.
No.
Bill Burr is the one who controls that shit. Bert Kreischer doesn't even try talking that much because he knows Bill's the king.
Right.
And
Fair
so that one he's all right because Bill doesn't give him the time of day.
enough. Sure.
But the one Two Bears, One Cup with Tom Segura.
Yeah, 2 girls, 1 cub.
Yeah, the main thing with that is Tom basically waiting for Bill to say something stupid. Kind of like this podcast. You just wait for me to say something fucking stupid, and then you make fun of me. But once he's given that free range of just stupidity, and you get to see how fucking big of an idiot he is, it started crawling underneath my skin to a point where I fucking can't stand the guy anymore.
Fair enough.
He's a fucking... Apparently, he started wiping his ass just with his fingers.
That's not real.
No, he said it. He called Tom. Tom was doing a thing for his Instagram or YouTube, and Bert called him during it, and he said that, and he didn't even know Tom was recording this. But then they brought it up in the podcast, and Bill acknowledged it, or Bert acknowledged it. He's just a gross mother. I don't even care that he's gross. He's just kind of a douche.
Okay. That's fair.
It's hard to explain unless you've seen what I've seen.
Yeah.
If you saw what I've seen though, then you'd be like, ugh.
You can still be a fan of his comedy and not like the guy. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. I love Tom Segura. So
Dude.
I just wish
Such a
I
big
just
fan
wish
of
Tom
Segura.
and Bill would just drop his. I mean, I get a lot of the podcast is just him saying stupid shit and then them making fun of them, so I
Right.
get it. But anyways, okay, so Sugar Shop.
Bites!
I know what you're talking about.
That's for Rob, by the way.
The prison fucking.
Yeah, that's for
thing.
Rob. That's one of
That's why I randomly say bites now.
that's one of Rob's favorite fucking
love it.
parts of Tom Segura.
Mhm.
Anyway,
That's old Tom Segura
yeah, like one of his first ones on Netflix.
when he was
big
big boy.
Yeah, that was a really good one though. Moving on.
I'm just gonna put you down. You're gonna take Sean O'Malley.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna type in it. I'm
And-
putting Sugar.
And I'll wait till you're done.
I need to
I'm
see
not
the
gonna-
tail of the tape for that one.
I'm not gonna persuade you in a certain way, so I'll wait till you're done before I say what I'm gonna say.
I have to go with O'Malley as well.
Okay. I don't blame you.
I know you didn't want me to.
I
but
didn't
I
want you
have
to at all because I swear to God, if he would have won, I would have showed up next week in a rainbow afro. Or I would have.
Well, you should have said that first.
That's why I did. That's
because,
why I didn't. Because I might have even had fucking my wife cornrow my hair and spray paint it.
Damn. I wish I knew more about the other guy.
Right, I don't know.
So,
either.
can we do something with that bet? Can we give it till next week's podcast and I could look more into the other guy's past fighting career and maybe I could change my pick on the next podcast? If you're down with that. I mean, we made the rule.
Well, the thing
Whatever
is, though,
picks you have on the podcast is final. But if you allow me to look at some of the other dudes' fights,
this would be a stipulation, and it would be fine with me.
we could bump it up just because of that. Like
Sure.
if I do that, if I lose, I have
Like
to pay extra.
The risk reward is what you're talking
Yeah,
about. Gotcha.
yeah.
So like,
So I'll type
if you change your mind, it'll be more if you lose.
Yeah,
Okay.
but nothing more if I win.
The only problem is, our next podcast will be after this event.
Well, I'll do a natty cast in between or something.
That works.
Or it'll just be
Yeah, just check them out during the week and then throw something up.
yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I'll take that. That's fine. So we both have O'Malley there for now,
Yeah.
barring any changes in fight video. And that's moving on to the main card. UFC 252 this Saturday, August 15th. We got Stipe Miocic.
Miocic.
I always say
Yes,
it
sir.
Miocic versus DC Daniel Cormier. This is a trilogy fight.
Yes, sir.
There was
1-1.
There is two previous fights, and they are split.
This
in
is
those
the
two fights.
tiebreaker,
This is the fight to end the trilogy, so to speak.
so to speak.
So, what you got to say about that?
Who do you got? I'm waiting on. I haven't even. I mean, I've thought about this, but I've watched both their previous fights, and they were both knockouts. Oh, this one's rough, but I guess if I had to pick one, I would probably pick Stipe. And if Cormier wins this, he's gonna go down as the greatest heavyweight of all time.
Wow.
And he was mainly a light heavyweight for most of his career.
Yeah,
too.
it was, because he had that trilogy with Bones.
Jones. Yep.
Which, by the way, probably one of my top favorite rivalries. John Jones and DC.
I honestly think I like Stipe and DC more.
I don't think it was as, like,
I think Jones always had the upper hand when it was DC Jones. Like, it was always going to be Jones.
right.
No matter how
I agree.
good DC is, Jones is the George St. Pierre, Bones Jones, Khabib category. You know, you just can't fucking argue with their
Yeah.
career.
You're just, he's the top in his weight class.
And Cormier, I think he still only had like 2 or 3 losses. I think he's only had 2.
He's 22-2.
Yeah, he's only had 2 and those were, I think, both Jones.
They were.
Yeah.
Yep. And one no contest, and I'm pretty sure that was when Jones was hitting the lines a little too hard before the fight or something like that. Is that right?
No,
Or was that the?
that wouldn't have been a no contest on him, would it? I don't know. Did they say? I don't. I think it was.
I don't
something
know how no
different.
contest works.
A no contest would work like him and Jones fought, and then later on they found out Jones tested positive for something.
For cocaine or
Yeah.
additives.
So then that'd be nothing. Or like
Oh, they just cancel it out.
John Jones's. No, it's a no contest. But like John Jones's only technical loss
Was a no contest.
was a no contest, and it's because he hit a fucking dude in the ear, or
Mhm.
like no, he hit him with a knee strike while he was
Yep.
down.
Yep.
So that was Jones's only,
He's so good.
not even loss, but
I am unstoppable at UFC 3 with him. I've never lost if I'm using him.
yeah, I don't really like John Jones that much, even though I've known him for a while. Seen him wrestle
Yep.
in Fort Dodge.
My wife and my brother have both been to parties that he was at in
Really?
college. Yeah. Because my brother went to Iowa Central, so he actually knew him and they partied together sometimes. And my wife was just a partier in college and she was all over the place.
I thought you were gonna say something different there. Anyways, what do you got for DC Stipe?
I honestly don't think DC's going to be able to do it again.
So you're gonna pick Stipe?
I don't want to because I want our main events to be different, but I don't want to lose. And I really don't think it's. Just because honestly, a majority of his fights in heavyweight were John Jones and Stipe, right? Like how many heavyweights?
DC's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many heavyweight fights? How many different opponents do you have in heavyweight?
It was mainly Stipe.
Yeah, Stipe and I think John Jones came out, didn't he? Or did DC come down every time?
I think DC came down every time. Cause DC, I think DC was he the light heavyweight champion at one time? I
No.
don't remember if he's a two.
No. I
Yeah.
think.
I think DC was the gatekeeper, or Jones was the gatekeeper, and
Yeah.
DC couldn't get past him.
He went down to lightweight.
But
for the belt.
DC, I think DC was the only fighter who went from light heavyweight to heavyweight and then won the title from Stipe. I could be totally fucking.
I'm not 100% sure. I feel like we should just move on before we look any dumber.
Right.
But yeah, I gotta
This
pick
is because
Stipe.
we don't have any internet and we can't fucking get to it quicker, you know?
Yeah, definitely don't have my phone to look it up, so I mean it's hard.
Well, I mean,
Well, I
the
just
thing
have-
with that, you know, I mean, otherwise I'd have it so it was looking through the computer screen, so then it's not.
Tiny.
Well, then it's not as bad as when we're looking shit up because they're like looking shit up with us.
Right. True.
If you're gonna fucking pick Stipe, I might go ahead and pick Cormier. But this pick, I think fuck.
How many were different on right now?
I don't know. I'm thinking like the last 3 fights we should bump up the price a bit.
Deal.
But I'm not confident about any of my last 3 picks, especially if I switch from Sugar Sean.
The sugar. Sugar, how you get so fly?
But then, Baby Bash. But then, yeah, if I do, then we'll have 2 fights set different. So you want to do 5 for all these, whatever ones we have different, and then 10 for Dos Santos, Sugar Sean, and Stipe DC.
Sure. That puts us at 6 total differences, right?
I don't know.